Good morning. In the news this morning, my name is Christine Cullen. I'm a registered dietitian and a New York City personal trainer. And I am struggling. Truth talk. I've been having a really hard time staying on track with my diet, and it's really frustrating because about a month ago, 2 months ago, I even said to myself, like, wow, you are in such a good place and healthy relationship with food, and you're going through rough stresses, but you're keeping your head on straight. You're not binging, you're not using food to just cope and escape or de-stress. You're not even having weird cravings for foods. And that's leading you off track. You are satisfying what you want when you want it and having it in an appropriate portion. And I'm really proud of you, Christine. I'm really proud of you. And something along the way shifted, and I don't know, maybe I lost the control that I thought I had. Maybe I never had the control at all. But now it seems like I'm making up excuses to be able to just eat whatever I want. And I hate feeling like that because I don't feel under control. I feel like I'm not satisfying me. I don't feel well throughout the day. Like, half the time I'm pretty good at moving on the next day after I've eaten too much the day before and just starting fresh. But like, for instance, on a day like today where I wake up and I physically don't feel good, it's a bright reminder that's right up front and center, and it's not fun. I feel extremely full. I don't want to think about food. I don't even want to think about having to make food for myself, and that sucks. I want to go to the gym, but I am afraid looking in the mirror I'm just gonna see puffiness and not as much definition in my body as I did a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and that bothers me because I work really hard in the gym and I love training, and even though it's not all about aesthetics, it fucks with you. On a day like today, my motivation to go to the gym would be to release this physical feeling by working hard. And I don't want to use my workouts to make myself... Sometimes I do use my workouts to make myself feel better. I can't really say that. I don't want to have to make up for anything in my workouts. I want to be progressing. Even if my mental state is a little bit depressed that day and I want to use it for a boost, that's different because that's a positive thing. But to use it to cover up what I ate yesterday, that I don't feel is a positive way to go to the gym. And I don't want that to become regular again. It hasn't been regular for a while. It hasn't even been a thought for a while. It's just reared its ugly head again. So what's going on in my life that is causing this? Because it's obviously just not the food that's the problem. I know that. So one of the things that really helped me work through some of my stresses and issues that would lead me to binge eat, to cope, and just escape from having to deal with those things, is a list that I made. I think I made this last September because it says September on here. A list that I made, like a tally list. And basically, it was a list of all of my triggers. And there's about 20 on here, a little more. And every day I would write 1 or 0 next to one of the triggers, because if that trigger was present in the day, it would get a 1. If it wasn't present in the day, it would get a 0. And then I would tally them up at the end. And basically, if I was over... Oh, no. There's only 17 or so, 16 or 17, not 20. If they added up to be over half, so 8, 6, 7 or 8, I would know that I was more likely to binge that day. And just bringing awareness to it really helps. I think I might go back to doing it and maybe even alter the triggers a little bit. Okay, but a lot of them are the same. A lot of the triggers are the same, and a lot of the triggers I'm doing on a regular basis. So, there you go. It's usually not about the food. It's usually not that you need to get control over your nutrition. It's usually that you need to deal with something else that's going on in your life, and that's what's happening. I just don't like bad habits. I just want my habits to feel good. I want to keep making myself feel good. I don't want to feel sore. I don't want to feel swollen. I just want to feel good, and I want to enjoy a beautiful day. And on my morning off, I don't want to wake up at 10 o'clock. I want to wake up at 6, 7 a.m. because I love the morning, and I love the quietness and the light and the relaxation and the no pressure, the non-pressure of that time of day to do whatever I want. I feel like it's 10:45 right now, and I need to start my day now. Otherwise, I fucked up. And maybe that's just a story I'm telling myself, but that's how I feel right now. All right, but my triggers. Okay, if it's a weekend, if I didn't work out, my overall outlook for the day upon waking, I think, being alone. That would be like being alone for most of the day, being by myself for most of the day, staying inside, not going outside, not feeling fresh air, stopping to buy food on my way home from work, stress, if I binged the day before, having too much time and being bored with it, being tired and I can't take a nap. I don't have enough time to take a nap. Skipping meals, not enough time alone. So notice that I have too much time alone and not enough time being alone. If I didn't feel like I got a win for the day, that could be with anything, I don't know, business, workouts, just personal productivity. And now my back hurts. Awesome. No PD, if I didn't listen to any personal development, any like positive podcasts or audiobooks or anything like that. And if I feel behind and overwhelmed, which is pretty much always a one, if I'm on Long Island, if I'm staying at my mom's on Long Island, usually on a weekend, and that's all of them. To fill this out for today, weekend 0 because it's Thursday. No workout. That's gonna be a 1 because I'm going to the gym. Overall outlook for the day, I haven't decided yet, but I want to decide for it to be good. That's why I'm doing this video. It usually helps me to get into a positive state of mind. I'm gonna listen to some good podcasts. I'm gonna listen to the West Wing Weekly. That always gets me in a good mood. Too much time being alone. I'm gonna put a 1 for that because I've pretty much been by myself since yesterday around noon, and I'm not going to be really seeing anyone or going to work until like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So, staying inside. I'm not staying inside today, but yesterday I was inside from like 12 on, doing work. I mean, I did stuff yesterday. I was productive, but I also wasn't. Stopping to buy food. All right, I'm making that a 0. We're not stopping to buy any food today. Stress, I'm gonna make that a 1. I'll go into that. Binge the day before. Yep, that's a 1. Time and boredom, I'm gonna make that a 0. Yeah. Tired and can't take a nap. Right now, that's a 0. Skipping meals. I mean, I'm probably not gonna eat until like 2, 3 o'clock because I'm not gonna be hungry until then. So, skipping meals, that's a 1. Not enough time alone, that's a 0. No wins for the day, and that's a 0. No personal development, that's gonna be a 1. I feel behind and overwhelmed. I do feel behind and overwhelmed, and that's part of my stress issue. But I am gonna deal with some things today, so we'll make that a 0. And then I'm not on Long Island, so what does that have to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 16. So technically, according to my thing. I'm not going to binge today, or I am less likely to. And I probably am less likely to do that today because I feel pretty shitty right now. And I don't really want to feel more shitty. During the day, if I have to go to work, I'm normally really on point. I'm going to be at work until like 8:15 tonight. So by the time I get home, I will eat dinner, and then I'll probably just get into bed and try and fall asleep early because I will have to wake up pretty early tomorrow. It is stressing me out. Let me just cover this really fast. So I'm making myself stressed out. I am just creating stories in my head and making myself more and more anxious about them. It's funny because when I'm not doing productive things like I want to be for my business, and I'm just fighting it and I'm just resisting it and I'm not taking action, it's really bad for me. I get really frustrated and anxious and depressed because I'm basically like telling my like true self, my passion, what I feel is my purpose, to shut the fuck up. And I'm not doing anything about it, and that does not vibrate well with me, and I get really, even though my body's like, you're too tired, you need sleep, it makes me feel worse and worse. But ironically, as I'm taking action now and putting in small little steps every day, it also makes me anxious because I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I feel like I can always be doing more. I feel like I'm not going to be able to keep up with it. I feel like there are going to be days where I'm purposely digging my heels in the mud and trying to slow myself down, even though that's not what I want. I do need recoup days, and I do need balance days, and I do need days where I allow myself to just relax and chill. And honestly, I just need a few hours of it a day. I don't need a full day of it all the time. But I am afraid I won't maintain it. I'm afraid that I'm just going to bring myself down because I'm going to believe these self-limiting beliefs that pop up into my head where I tell myself, you can't do this, you can't maintain this, you're not strong enough. And they're really, really shitty thoughts. I mean, I would never tell anyone that, and I'm telling myself that. So I feel like it's this like back and forth pull within me that's causing me stress and anxiety when I don't want to deal with it, when I don't have the strength to overcome it, or when my triggers, like being alone for too long, set me up to hear those thoughts, those negative thoughts more loudly. I am more likely to get in my own way. I have goals, I have aspirations. I want to write a book, for God's sakes. I want to write a book about this whole experience and how one can help themselves through it with depression, anxiety, fitness, just by changing their thought patterns, what the hell is going on? Taking, supplementation like vitamins and other things that help your body and your brain work better that are not pharmaceuticals, because when I was in my lowest of lows of depression, that's what helped me. I want to put it out there, and I want people to be able to read it and understand it and at least take in the knowledge and say like, oh, hey, there's another way that I can do this. I don't have to just take pharmaceuticals if the doctor tells me I'm depressed. That's the only way out. No, it's not the only way out. And there's more effective things for you to do. Why is it so hard to focus on me? Anyway, I'm having a tough day. And the frustrating part is I'm creating it. It's all me. It's nobody else. There's no real tragedy in my life right now that I should be upset about, or a trauma that is occurring that I'm still holding on to. I've gone into that and I've dealt with it and I've let it go, and I'm still dealing with these fucking habits, and it's really fucking annoying. If anyone else is going through a rough day today, or you're having a great day and you want to share it, that'll probably help. I'm gonna do some things to get my mind and my body back in a better state of feeling. I already feel better just by doing this 20-minute video. And if you sat through the whole thing, thank you. I really appreciate that. This is just me being real, because I don't want to just share, like, you know, generic happy information, because I want to portray some sort of realness on the internet, and this is real. This is me. I go through struggles just like everyone else, and I do have negative thoughts, and I do have self-limiting beliefs, and I am working to squash them every single day. And today is just one of those days that I made it harder for myself to do that. But despite that, I can also get rid of them. So that's that. I'm gonna go get ready for the gym and start this day. Despite how late it is, I don't care. I'm still gonna get shit done. Yes. All right. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome day.